Alrighty, my friends, we are back after talking about character sheets and what awaits us if we will ever see Connor again. Dun dun dun. We are back and hopefully going to explore this this little scary basement area. So take it away, Doreen.
Okay. So Irina is kind of poking you, Victor. Go down.
I nod and look down intently into the darkness, and then I start walking down.
Irina's right behind you.
Evander wants to, as Galen starts, if he moves to follow, Evander wants to actually cast a spell on him just before he goes down there.
Absolutely.
So as we're going down, Evander's going to kind of whisper in Galen's ear, "I'm right behind you, my friend." And he's going to cast, if I can make this cast. Why will you not cast? I want to cast Heroism to give him some hit points. And
well, do we still have the Hero's Feast?
Yes.
So you would be able to give him additional hit points.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm pretty good. I'm at 59 right
now.
now.
Okay. So this
Whoops.
Okay. Well, I can't click on it anyway. If I did cast it, it gives immunity to fear and some other things. So I don't know if.
Oh.
Does Hero's Feast give immunity to fear and that sort of stuff?
We're immune to fear and poison, and we have an
Right.
HP increase as well.
Okay. Well, never mind. Then I will not cast Heroism, but I will say I'm right behind you, friend.
Okay.
And I did not mean to put blur in the chat. Exit.
Okay.
Okay, so the marching order is that Victor went down first, being prodded by Irina.
Yep.
Don't worry, Irina can't hit anything with a rapier anyway.
That's a good point.
Unfortunately true.
Who wants to go after that then?
Right now I have it listed as Galen, but it could always change. You guys tell me what's the marching order.
I'll be the backstop.
Okay, then I'll go in third.
Okay, I'll be right behind Galen as usual.
I guess I'll go in behind Evander.
Okay, well, that's exactly how I have you guys.
Excellent.
And I'm gonna tell Scruffles that he was a good boy and to do the same thing as last time.
All right.
Like
You see him waggle his butt. He, as you kind of turn to leave Tasso, he kind of gently grabs onto your forearm and just kind of holds it in his mouth, like kind of not wanting you to go.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'll be back. I'll be all right.
All right, he lets you go. Victor, what are you gonna do? Again, feel free to move your tokens as you see fit as you start to move into the room.
I would walk in. The cat. Would I be familiar with whether or not that's some sort of weird creature?
This you're not entirely familiar with. I would say you probably know that's not like a domesticated cat.
Okay, I would I'll just walk up to it and just kind of look at it closely, like try to see if I can get a good look and kind of tell anything that if anything's off about it from the kind of cats I've seen.
What are you looking for, like, specifically?
I want it. Does it look like it's got too big of a paw? Is it purring? Like, is it doing regular cat stuff, or is it like?
It's definitely not purring.
Okay.
It is cautiously watching you, and as you kind of approach, you can see it kind of pull back a little bit.
Okay.
Like it's kind of not wanting you to get too close.
Okay, I'll leave it alone, but I'll keep my eye on it. And then, so is this walls to the south here?
Yep.
Okay. I'll just kind of look around the room, and I'll
give me a perception check.
Okay. First roll in the game. Let's see.
There you go.
Hey.
All right.
You're one of us now.
Great.
Sorry.
Oh, I rolled with advantage, didn't I? Let's see.
No, it
No, it-
will. It automatically will roll with advantage.
Okay.
So typically, just because it's easier, they don't have to roll twice. If you do have advantage, if you do not, we always take the one that's on the left. So in this case, it would be the 14.
Okay.
So with that, obviously you see the gear, the metal rod, the pipe that's kind of going into the wall. You can just slightly hear the sound of metal gears kind of grinding and moving. Something else also catches your eye. And you can see that there's a little bit portion of the southern wall, the stone wall, that looks like it doesn't quite fit. Like there could be something else behind there.
Okay. The southern wall, you said?
Yeah, this way,
I'll
out back here.
I'll walk up to it and just give it a little push.
All right, and while you're doing that, what's everyone else doing? Galen, Evander, or Tasso?
I'd like to just watch him, but you're pretty close to the cat. Does the cat do anything?
The cat is just watching. It kind of turns its attention for a little bit to Victor, then back to you guys, and its ears kind of listening to what Victor's doing, but watching. It's just kind of watching the room, and it is looking a little bit on edge, just because now we do have a stranger that's kind of close to it. There's a lot more people in here.
I kind of whisper to Evander, I don't like that cat.
You see the tail kind of swish a little bit.
Yeah, I'd
There's
like to
don't worry
lean
about
in.
it. Don't worry about it.
Lean into obviously the group and just go, is it me or does anyone else feel concerned about this cat? That if we do anything that it might give off some kind of scream or alarm to somebody else?
And
It
as you
doesn't
do that,
do anything.
as you say that, Victor is pushing at the door, and another door opens. And I'll move the
Hey.
token in just a little bit, Victor, so you can kind of see it.
Okay.
He
But
needs to be more careful.
it opens up into a kind of dark hallway. Again, you're kind of at a landing. There's another stair that kind of goes a little bit further down, like a half stair.
Okay. I didn't see anything on the map here, but I'll look back and see if anyone's gonna come with me. like, hey guys, you coming?
Ulrich will pipe up and say, if we want to get rid of that cat, I think maybe I have a way.
What did you mean?
What are you gonna do to the cat?
It's just a
I will-
cat that's sitting here.
Who knows what these hags? Who knows if this is really a cat? It's so weird looking. I could create an illusion of a mouse maybe and lure it upstairs and out, and we could lock it out if we wanted to.
Would that not also lock us in?
Yeah, I don't know about locking us in this place.
Well, I mean, just close the door.
Victor turns to the cat and does a perfect other cat hiss. He hisses just like and it sounds just like a cat would sound.
You, Chris, you have to give us an impression.
Hiss,
Okay.
hiss, hiss.
He goes,
Oh, it's pretty good.
That was pretty good, yeah.
I have a pretty mean cat here in the house.
So upon hearing, like, you kind of face it and hearing that, it does kind of arch up a little bit, and it moves. It jumps from the crate that it was perched on very comfortably, so it's already a little irritated, and it kind of moves down away from you. But now it's eyeing you with its back kind of arched. The hair is just slightly raised.
And I didn't get any magic aura from this thing, huh? Wow. Okay.
Just piss cat. Piss cat alone is its magic of itself.
It doesn't have any fur. What I'm talking about, but you can see like little goose pimples on its.
Ooh. Ew.
All right.
Well, Evander wants to whisper to Ulrich and say, well, if you're going to try it, see what happens if you just create your mouse illusion. See if it even notices.
Actually, I mean, at this point, why don't we just shoo it out?
What are we worried about? It's a cat.
That's
Is-
what I'm saying, Tasso. Finally, he says something that is wise and makes sense. Can we just move on?
I'm gonna I tap Evander on the shoulder, and then I'm just gonna go, laddie.
What?
And then I'm going to walk down that other hallway that was open previously.
Leaving the group?
Well, I grabbed Evander.
Oh, great.
I'll follow if you move
All
your
that
if you,
matters.
you
All
move
that
your token.
matters.
I'll follow you. So show me where you're going, because I don't know where you're going.
Was it off
to the
this
right.
way,
It was over here.
Doreen?
This is this
Is
was the
it-
first one that was opened.
Right, because it's
I-
still open, right? Because she
Yes,
opened
it's
Okay.
still open. I can move you in just a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
Cool.
just go to right there.
I'll stick with you.
Okay, and then I'll just look back, just go, make sure Tasso and the rest and Irina follow.
Follow who?
And then I pushed Evander to the side so she can see me. I pop my head out. I'm like, come on, Irina.
Wait, what? Why are we splitting up?
If he dies, then he dies.
But if you leave him alone, that's a chance for him to betray us.
He's going to
And
end
Victor,
up
you
having-
would hear this. You're all in the same room here.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
I'm looking at you guys like, okay.
Let him fight the cat.
Evander's just like
Awesome.
shaking his head. What are you talking about, Galen? Come on, we need to work together. We don't know what's down here.
Galen
Okay.
continues to
Fine.
move.
Galen wants to go down here. She points at you, Victor, and says, "Let's go. We're going this way first. This could be a way out later, but now we know this is here."
Okay.
And then Irina will come behind Evander and follow you guys down this one.
What? Quick question. So upstairs, now that the chickens are out of the cage, there's just an empty cage up there.
Yeah.
So Ulrich will turn to Tasso. Tasso, maybe we should put the cat in the cage. I don't
My
trust
God,
it.
Ulrich,
Just
please.
a cat.
We don't know. He's all wringing his hands. I don't.
You don't know what was in those potions, but you got those, no?
What?
Exactly. Come on, you're wasting time. The longer we stay in here,
Yes.
let's go.
Okay, Irina. He'll
Give
follow.
me an insight check, Ulrich.
Oh, she's yelling at me.
Yeah, so it's becoming very clear again. She's found this newfound like confidence.
It's a new woman.
Yeah. I don't know what was in that food at the hero's feast, but now she's found a backbone and a voice that maybe before she didn't. So it does seems unusual.
Okay.
When she
But
tried
not-
to cartwheel and knocked herself out, she like
Okay.
snapped her in and she's like, yeah, I could do this.
Yeah, she did do that. That's kind of embarrassing, but thanks for bringing that up, Galen. All right. So
then
yeah,
Ulrich
she's
will
gonna follow Evander in.
He'll follow with one last glance at the cat, but Ulrich calls ahead, kind of whispering, of course everyone's hearing, hey, wasn't Victor supposed to go first?
Well, that was the plan, but
Well, now he's
Galen.
behind us. And I'm looking at Victor, excited-eyed.
Victor is trying to get past the cat. Oops.
yeah,
What
the
did I do?
cat's not. It kind of like moves away from you a little bit.
Will we
You
ever
missed
get
that.
past the cat?
Whoa.
I did something weird here. I think I
Yes.
talked about. Yeah,
I see your
yeah. Oh,
token
there we
going
go.
way south. There we go.
Yeah, he like sprinted to the south. I didn't see nothing. Yeah, I just
my God.
step by the cat and try to not let it scratch my bare feet when I walk by.
It kind of like gives you enough space to move. It doesn't want to get close to you either, especially after the way you hissed at it.
Okay. I'll just get back behind Irina.
Well, I'm behind. So you're behind Ulrich?
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Sorry. Yeah.
Ulrich's
or-
looking very uncomfortably over her shoulder. And just so you know, he doesn't look his normal way. He has from your perspective, he just seems like a typical Barovian man.
Yeah.
But has this strange, whiny voice.
Oh, that's
Okay.
right.
It's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so
Galen.
You got it. So
Yeah, so he looks like a typical Barovian
He
guy.
has,
So you can
has
go on, Ulrich.
yeah, he has disguise self on, just so you know. But yeah, he seems Barovian.
okay.
Galen, what are you doing?
I am
You're-
going to continue to not thunder my way down there, but move gently down the hallway.
Okay. Give me 1 moment.
Ulrich will call up from the back of the line. Galen, if you want, I could maybe look for traps again.
Hey, laddie, good idea.
Can Ulrich move forward and
You can
check out the
always
hallway?
move through allies. That's not a problem.
Okay, so he'll kind of push up.
Excuse me.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
He's skinny. He can get through.
Excuse me.
All right. Can he check for traps?
Oh, Tootley.
Looking. Oh, it's totally fine.
Everything's great.
Everything looks good.
Yeah, everything's great.
And at this point, everyone, hold on. Ulrich, Galen, and Evander, make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Okay.
So Galen and Ulrich, from beyond the double door, you can hear this kind of muffled, like banging. It's very weak, and every now and then when the banging kind of stops, you think you hear sobbing.
And when you say weak, you mean not like low volume, but like the effort
Yeah, the
seems
effort
weakened.
is weak.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Look at Galen. Did you hear that?
I did, laddie.
I think we're probably getting closer to the prisoners.
Only one way to find out. When we take a look at the doors, do they swing out or do they swing in?
Yes, they will swing up into wherever this opens to.
So they swing into the room.
They swing into the room beyond it.
Right. Okay.
Well, this
I'm-
passageway looks really safe. You should just keep walking.
I look at him, I just go, I appreciate it, laddie.
Uh
And with complete confidence, I march right up to the door.
All right, and as you do that,
Oh God.
hold on,
Oh no.
move some of you guys back.
Oh,
Okay.
whoops. Sorry. Back there.
I don't know if Roll20 is like being really weird or what, but so Galen, you moved here.
Right.
No. And it's really laggy on my end for some reason. Let's move Irina back over here. So Galen, you went ahead, full confidence.
Mhm.
Ulrich told you all was good, right?
He absolutely did.
The moment you take a step forward, you
Oh.
can feel the panel, stone panel
God
underneath
damn
you kind of depress just slightly. And with that, you see this image begin to develop in front of you, in front of these closed double doors.
Okay.
Oh.
And you see this hag kind of appear. And she's hunched forward, and she kind of like is glaring and stares at you. And she says, "You better scurry away, dearies. You don't want to come any closer. Otherwise, I'll have you for lunch." And with that, Galen, Ulrich, I need some dice.
I should have moved back.
While you're here, I'll give Galen, Ulrich, and Evander just because you're kind of the closest. You can Give me an investigation check.
Okay.
Okay.
We're not the brightest, are we?
It's okay.
on.
I've read a lot of books.
Bum, bum,
Glad we have
bum.
you. Glad we have you, Letty.
I'm actually
Oh,
maybe useful. Maybe.
I don't know if I have enough dice. Hold on.
Oh
Oh,
god,
that's a great sign.
that doesn't sound
Oh, what?
very comforting.
1, 2, 4. Oh wait, I may just have.
I'll just keep drinking my whiskey with a splash of Coke because I overpoured. That's okay.
But you see this this kind of mist come over you guys.
Okay.
Does my high investigation roll help with this?
We'll see.
Okay.
Let me do some math here first.
Oh.
Just so you all know, I have 11 hit points. Oh, no,
that's right.
17. That's right. I have 17 because of the hero's feast.
There you
Okay.
go.
I'm kind of okay.
And with that, you see Ulrich fall to the ground, and he is visibly asleep. You said you had 17?
I had 17 hit points, yeah.
Okay. And we had Galen roll. Yeah. So you're able, so you both, everyone sees kind of Ulrich fall to the ground. He's now dead asleep. Galen, you can kind of pick up that after kind of looking at this hag in front of you, you can tell it's an illusion. She's not actually here. What would you guys like to do?
Do we? I'm guessing we hear the thumping of a collapsed body.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Does it hurt me if I fall?
I'm gonna be nice
17
and
hit
say
points.
no.
Damn it.
Okay, okay.
And
I
you
guess-
have enough people around you, maybe they could have like.
Evander caught me.
Yeah, I could,
Okay.
I'm right behind you. You'd be a dead weight, so I'd kind of let you sag to the ground,
Gently, yeah.
and I'd like start
Yeah.
snapping my fingers. Hey, Ulrich, what are you doing? Like trying to wake
He's
him
not
up.
very heavy, so probably no issue.
And there's no response, I guess, from him
Nope.
like snapping and all this stuff.
Just from snapping, no, nothing.
Okay. Evander looks. What do I do? He's asleep. He like kind of puts his back against the wall, so he's kind of leaning against the wall there.
And does everyone see the mist that's in the area?
Yeah, it eventually does kind of dissipate, but just for visual purposes, I wanted you guys to kind of see that you guys were in it.
Okay.
And Irina just kind of, you hear her like sigh, and she comes over and she just slaps you across the face, Ulrich. And with that, you would wake up.
Oh.
And she says, "We need to move.
Why am I down here?
You fell asleep. Come on.
You fell asleep."
What? Okay.
And
Get up.
Irina comes up next to you, Galen, and kind of looks over to you and says, "I'm ready whenever you are."
I'll look back to her, and then I'll look back to Evander and make sure that, obviously, that Ulrich is okay. And then I'm gonna look at them and bring them in because I said this to them before. And just go, "It's go time," and I'm just gonna run and front kick that door open.
Are you gonna do a somersault first? Because
Wasn't so good last time, but you know what? Hell yeah, I'm gonna try to somersault.
Oh,
Somersault,
no.
dwarven front kick.
All right, I want both an acrobatics for the somersault and then
Of course.
athletics for the door kick.
I'm gonna turtle myself again, aren't I?
yes,
Evander's
that's what
shaking
I'm
his head
doing.
as he watches this. He's like, he is
Okay,
not an acrobat.
Acrobatics.
That's like
first, right?
Evander's roll.
Yeah.
Do you have like a
He wasn't.
-1?
He wasn't any better. I am -1. Here we go.
Oh. Let's see.
You've been rubbing off on him
Yay!
the wrong way.
Yes.
It's
Oh.
appropriate.
Okay. Give me also the athletics.
You got it. Okay.
This should be
It's
good.
a
actually.
combined.
Oh wow. That's a
Okay,
good
that's not
modifier.
terrible. It could be better though.
+5, hey?
So with a roll of 3, Joey, how about you describe
Yeah.
this roll that Galen's trying to do?
Yeah. So I take a 2-step run into it and I roll, but I don't roll center. I just roll off to the side and just slam into the side of the wall and just kind of like roll and I roll and I roll and I pull myself up and I jump up to make it kind of look like it was kind of halfway cool, like I meant to do it.
Oh yeah, totally.
And then I just look at everyone. I just go front kick.
Okay, and as your foot kind of kicks the door, it does groan a bit, and it doesn't quite open though. But
I tap
Irina,
Victor on the shoulder. I go, "You still have time to leave."
Irina, obviously inspired by this.
Oh no.
Yeah, she's got to do it again, but she's going to learn from her previous. She's maybe not the best acrobatic, so instead she's just going to run up and try to kick.
Okay.
Okay.
See, hopefully she.
Let's see. Hopefully, she doesn't trip on the fallen body of Galen.
Okay. So again, Galen's initial kick has kind of given way.
Mhm.
The door is obviously locked. Her kick helps a little bit, but it's not enough to fully open it. And then she looks to you, Galen, and says, maybe together we can do this.
I absolutely look at her and just go, absolutely.
Well,
And they both kick
oh
simultaneously.
my god.
Mhm.
All right, another athletic check from you, Shogi, please.
Ash in chat said it's now Evander's turn. Evander's just shaking his head.
Oh,
Evander's
look
not
at
a
that.
part of this door kicking.
Yeah, so together, like twinsies power,
There you go.
Absolutely.
the doors burst open.
Okay.
So we will go ahead and just remove this illusion here. And I will move
Oh, sorry.
Galen in a little bit.
Yep.
Or all the way. So it opens up into another hallway that does turn south. But immediately, right opposite of you guys, you can see that there's a door, like a small room with a door, and through the door, because it has bars on it, you can see a young child, a little girl, holding the bars. And she just kind of looks at you wide-eyed. And then she says, please, help me. Let me out. Please. And you can see that she's starting to cry. Okay, Tasso, Victor, Ulrich, what are you doing?
Question. I'm assuming Detect Magic is done by now, even with the 20 minutes.
Yeah, because you guys were talking a lot. Yeah.
If I had cast it upstairs, I wouldn't have been able to detect anything down here. I think there's too much, like, stone and too far, right?
Too far.
Ulrich will cast Detect Magic again and tap into his magic to make that extended.
How far?
No, the duration, so you can have it up for 20 minutes, but the actual distance in feet
Is 30?
is 30, yes.
Now, is this something you have to concentrate on?
It
right?
is concentration, I believe.
Yeah, that explains. Okay. So you'll have it up for the next 20 minutes unless you do another concentration spell or fall under asleep again.
Yes. So is the girl the only other person that we see?
At this point, yes.
Okay, then he definitely wants to direct the Detect Magic on the girl.
Okay. Nothing. Mm-hmm.
And then he'll say, I'm detecting magic. I don't get anything from the girl. I think she might really be a girl.
Does she look anything like Rose or any of the other children they've seen before?
No.
Okay.
Irina instinctively begins walking forward.
Evander would be right behind her.
Yeah.
Tasso, Victor.
I'm keeping an eye on our back since everybody else is in front. I mean,
You would see that the cat has begun following you, keeping distance, but watching.
Okay.
Victor puts away his swords and takes out his bow, and he has an arrow ready to go. He's sort of trying to look forward. I think he's gonna push past. Oh, god dang it.
Why
Where
does
are
your
you
token
going?
keep? What
I
is
don't-
going on?
I don't know. Could you move me back up?
I'm gonna have to like lock your token, Chris.
It's going wild. I don't know.
I think it's roll 20. On my end, it's like a huge lag.
I think
Okay.
he's drunk.
Yeah, so he would just maybe try to push past Ulrich to get about right there and get a look around himself.
I can move your token, so maybe like around here or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. And probably just peek in the room
Okay.
and look around at things other than the child that everyone's focusing on.
Yeah, you can see that there's still like sconces and torches about, so it is lit. Let me see what the official description says.
Okay.
You can see. Nope, that's it. I don't want to tell you anything more than what you see. So that's it.
And I don't get any more hits from Detect Magic in the. Okay.
No. What else are you guys doing?
Would Ulrich maybe notice the cat? I feel like he's really focused on the girl and casting a spell that I don't know if he gets like an instinct to look behind over his shoulders. He's pretty shifty.
Not unless Tasso says anything.
Okay.
At this point, probably not.
Okay.
But you see Irina continuing out forward.
Yeah, Evander would be focused on this girl too, like, oh, what is she doing here? We need to get her out if she's locked down here.
Remember, the hags are probably going to use her for their meat pies.
And you can hear Irina gasp as she looks to her right, looking further down, and says, "Oh goodness, this is not good."
What is it?
She doesn't respond to you. She's focused on what's ahead of her. Evander, you would probably see what she's seeing now. You
So
should.
far, all I've seen is a bunch of cells. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah. Do you see?
I see a
So
bunch of cells with children in them.
Yes, that's exactly
Okay.
what you should be seeing.
Okay.
Oh god.
Evander's
it's like
gonna
Hans
say,
Von Girl.
"Oh my God, what is going on down here? Why are all these Hello? Can you hear me, children?" He's gonna shout out to them.
You also see, obviously, a door to each one of these 5 cells, and another door at the south end, which doesn't. It doesn't have bars on it, so you don't think it's a cell. It probably leads into another room or hallway.
Evander would rush to this first cell and like, this girl, she saw us right when we were coming up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, she heard the banging on the doors, and then the next thing she knows, the doors are wide open, and there's this bizarre-looking dwarf, but very gallant looking, and then Irina there as well.
Okay.
And she's there, and she's crying and pleading with you to let her out.
I would
there's light
run
in
right
here.
up to her and say, "What's your name? What are you doing here? What's happened?"
My name is Gilda. I was taking. I don't know. I want out. I want my mommy.
And
we
we
all
would
hear
immediately
this?
try to pick the lock if there's a lock. Look for a lock on this door.
Ulrich and Tasso, you might hear muffled voices, but you probably wouldn't know unless you like kind of get a little bit further in, especially Tasso. Speaking of
I-
Tasso, what are you going to be doing?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's odd to me that a cat is following. Typically, that only means stalking to me from like kind of a nature perspective. So, I want to basically kind of like take half a step forward to see if the cat moves away, and then take a half a step back to see if it's like keeping kind of the same distance.
Okay. As you take a step forward, it sits down, So it's just kind of sitting there watching you, and you see the tip of the tail kind of swishing back and forth a little, like it's interested in what you're doing.
Okay. If I start to take a half a step back, does it stand up and continue to follow?
It stays still
Okay.
and kind of watching.
I'm gonna keep an eye on it and move down the hall like in just a couple increments at a time. And if it starts to move forward again, I'm gonna stop.
Okay. At this point, it doesn't move. I would say by the time you get here, though, it would probably move up a little bit.
All right, then I would probably move back to the middle of the hallway, like right about in this area.
Okay, and it stays where it's at.
Okay.
Seeing Evander try to pick the lock, Ulrich says,
Evander, wait, it could be trapped or something.
Also, does Evander have lockpicking tools?
Let me see my equipment. I have I have an entertainer's pack and throwing daggers. I don't have anything specifically for picking locks. No.
So you're on the other side, trying to forcefully open
Yeah,
it.
jimmy the lock with my dagger or something like that. Yeah.
Evander, wait, I might be able to pick the lock.
What? Do you have lockpicking tools or something? He's just continuing to jam at this thing.
Yeah, I do. Just don't touch it. You might set off another trap.
All right, well, get up here, help her. This little girl's trapped.
Okay.
Ulrich will rush up and first check for traps on the door.
Okay. Do your roll.
Investigation.
No traps.
Okay, it seems okay.
And now he will try to pick the lock, Ulrich's first time, which will be interesting because he has no dex modifier. So it's just rolling plus a dex modifier plus proficiency bonus, right?
I believe that is correct.
So whatever I roll, it's just +2. Oh, geez.
Oh,
Okay.
it's so hard.
That's exactly what he sounds like as he's sitting there for like 5 minutes to try to get it undone. But eventually, he does unlock the door.
God, you're
The
so
girl's
slow.
crying. I'm like, hang on.
Yeah. And as the lock kind of pops, the door opens slightly, and the little girl moves it slowly, a little bit cautiously, and then kind of looking around at all of you. She rushes out and she hugs you, Ulrich.
Oh.
It's okay.
And you can hear, like, physically see her and hear her sobbing.
Oh, Ulrich will just try to hold her and comfort her.
And you
That
just
seems
hear,
a little awkward.
yeah, you hear her say, thank you. I just want to go home.
Don't worry, we're gonna get you out. We're gonna get.
And upon like this, you hear other commotions within the cells and other children pleading, "Let me out! Let me out!"
Can Evander like grab the lockpicking tools from him to see if he can do it on the next door down? Because he wants to attempt
Sure.
to help save these children as quickly
Yeah.
as possible.
So anyone who wants to try to get through the doors, however way you feel is appropriate,
Are
absolutely.
they physical locks or like
Yes.
the locks that are integrated into a door?
It's like no, it's like it is integrated into the door itself.
It
So
is
it's not like a padlock.
Right, gotcha. Okay.
Okay. What skill would it be? Would it be just a deck saving throw, or is it like sleight
It
of
would be
hand
very
or something?
difficult for you.
Okay.
Yeah, just do a dex.
Are
Okay.
you not proficient, Evander?
No, he's not.
Oh.
Don't break my lockpick.
I'm very
Right,
good
you
with my
mentioned-
dexterity, though. That's why I feel like I should
Yeah,
be able
yeah,
to do this.
Okay. Lucky break, Evander.
Yes.
Other door opens.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
thank God.
another little girl comes out. And at first you see her kind of hunched against the wall, scared, crying, dirty. Her hair is matted. Looks like she's maybe been here a little while. And she's,
Evander's
you know,
going to
she-
kneel down, not move closer, just say, "It's okay. I'm Evander. What's your name?"
As you do that, Evander, you feel a slight wind at your back, kind of ruffles the feather in your hat. And you look to the side and you see Rose, the ghost of Rose there, her hands on your shoulder.
Oh.
And she says, You did very good here, funny man. I will help the girl.
Rose,
And
what
you see her step forward. And the little girl sees her.
Oh.
They kind of lock eyes, and Rose gives her a soft smile and holds out her hands. And they clasp for a moment. And there's something. It's not spoken, but there's something that passes between them. And the human girl's eyes. She looks back at you softly and happily, and she says, "Thank you, Victor. I saw you move. Is there something you wanted to do?"
Yeah, so Victor's just kind of got his bow and arrow out. And he's kind of walking along the cells, taking good looks at the inhabitants and kind of watching, um, kind of seeing if maybe he recognizes any of them, and just kind of watching this area because.
The perception roll.
And
Okay.
did we all see the spirit of Rose come and interact with the girl?
No, just Evan.
Okay. So the girl looks like she's interacting with someone, but we have no idea what's
Yeah.
going on.
There you
Oh,
go.
Absolutely, you recognize two of these children,
Oh.
Victor. Freak and Myrtle.
Mhm.
The two children in the last cells. Yeah, roll 20 is on something right now.
Okay.
You recognize them. They are. I will just make it up as I go because you guys won't know either way. They are brother and sister. They're from Valaki, and you know that their family has fallen on hard times. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I'll walk over and say, "Preek, Myrtle, what happened? How did you get here?"
Freak with an F.
Freak?
Freak.
like a
Oh.
freak.
Okay, that's an
I didn't-
unfortunate. That's an
It
unfortunate
is an
name.
unfortunate name.
It's unfortunate.
I didn't name them. I did not name them. But
What's wrong
it's
with
like,
you, freak?
Hey, you little freak, come here. You guys think I'm picking
Come
on
here,
it.
freak.
Okay,
Happy birthday, freak.
I knew I should have changed his name, but that is the way it's written in the module. It's Freek.
All right.
Okay.
So Freak and
Pronounced
Myrtle.
for K.
Okay, let me take a drink.
So I'm sorry. What did you say to them, Victor?
I say, "Freak, Myrtle, what happened? How'd you get here?"
So Freak is much younger than Myrtle. Freak's maybe about 5 years old. Myrtle is about 7. So he looks at you with a little bit of like he does recognize you, but he can't quite place you. But Myrtle does, and so she says, Victor, oh, are you here to help us?"
Yeah, stand by. I'm gonna get you guys out of here, and I'll take the I'll set my bow down, and I'll use a short sword to try to pry off one of the locks, holding
You know what, just for the sake of brevity, I will say eventually you guys do get all these doors open. So in the one that's next to Freak is another little girl. There's a lot of young female children here for some reason. That's just the tokens that I was able to find. Don't
Okay.
too much into it. But eventually, Freak and Myrtle come out. They immediately run towards each other. Myrtle holds little Freak very closely, holds his hand, and then turns to you and says, "Victor, thank you so much, but don't take us back to Mommy. Please don't take us back."
What happened to your
Tasso.
mother?
Well, hold on, Tasso. What are you doing? Because you're still like pretty far from the
Yeah,
group.
I am physically trying to make myself look bigger and intimidate this thing just to see like this is
The cat.
very odd behavior, and
Doesn't care.
You're like
It
10
does
times
not
bigger
care.
than it.
Sits there watching you. Again, its little tail is swishing back and forth behind it.
even if I like kind of like kick at it and like not like trying to hit it, but like waving my like get.
I mean,
get.
yeah, it might like. I mean, have you ever met a cat? Like, it kind of like, yeah. Have you met a cat. No, it kind of like moves back a little bit,
Yeah.
but it holds its ground.
Okay. I'm not hearing anything as far as negative emotion in the other room, so I'm
I mean,
standing here just kind
you're
of like,
hearing a lot of new voices,
yeah,
crying and sobbing.
yeah, but all
But that's
children, right? Like that's
yes,
it's not, yeah, and
pretty
nothing,
obvious. They're
nothing
very young.
dangerous. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
nothing dangerous.
yeah, so I'm flexing on this cat.
Okay.
You're posturing. And there is torches in this dungeon, looks like,
Mhm.
right? Okay.
Yep. This is actually a fairly well lit room, especially compared to the ones that you've been in before.
Okay.
So, just because I don't know if I mentioned it, so there's obviously a door here. There's a door here to never eat soggy to the west. There's 2 doors to the west. One up where Irina is, and one kind of opposite of where Victor is right now.
So since Evander is closest to Oric, he'll say to him, he's still kind of trying to comfort Gilda. He says, "There, all these kids, we've got to get them out. We've got to use them to bargain with the hags. We can't just let the hags keep them."
It's not just the hags. Don't send us back.
What do you?
And at this time, Ulrich and probably Victor as well, anyone that's close to one of these children, you would notice that there's a bunch of sores and kind of like open wounds. They're very, very tiny, as if they've been pinpricked
Where?
with a large needle, like all over their arms.
Oh, I'm
Um,
shooting up Gilda. What's going on?
no, but Evander,
Yeah.
this triggers a memory for you. I don't know if you as the player actually remember, but when you were lost in the woods,
Uh-huh.
when you
There was a
first
little
arrived,
ghost of a girl, I think, right?
yeah, and as she kind of reached out to you, you saw like her skin being poked and pricked by
Oh.
something, and then she fell to dust.
I do remember that. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the child dust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at this little girl and say, what happened to you? Who did this to you?
And the little girl, she looks towards the south wall and she shudders for a moment. But she's too scared to speak.
Evander's gonna
Ulrich.
say, Galen, whatever's been happening to this children, it's down that way, I think. Something has been torturing or experimenting or something on these children.
And you see Irina kind of wipe away some tears. And then finally, little Myrtle notices Irina. And she perks up just a moment. Her face kind of brightens. And she says, Irina, Koyana? And Irina looks at her and says, well, yes, that is me. And she kind of kneels down to kind of get eye level with the little girl. I'll move Myrtle over if Roll20 will let me. And she says, I've been told by some people in Valaki that you're very kind. Don't let me go back to my mommy. And Irina kind of enfolds her and she says, if you do not want to go, I will not make you. And she looks to you, Galen, and says, I will stay here with the children. She looks back at the southern door. If you want to take care of what has been torturing them and haunting them, I will make sure that they get out of this mill.
Irina, that might be dangerous for you.
She looks back at Myrtle and at little Freak and at all the other children. Again, I did not name him.
Got it.
And she says, I will not go far. If I need to run, If I need to run with the children, then tell me. We'll be at the top level. I will lock the door. I will close the basement door. But we can't just leave whatever is here to continue what they're doing to these children.
Damn straight.
Ulrich will look at Gilda and say,
"W- You said not just the hags. What did you mean, Gilda? Did your parents sell you to the hags?
No, I was taken. I was kidnapped.
Who took you?
She kind of shakes her head and says, "It was very dark. I'm not sure. I remember little hands."
Hands?
And Irina looks towards you, Victor, and says, "Did you know about this?"
Of course not. What happened to your mother?
Who are you asking? Irina or
Oh yeah. I'll look at
Myrtle.
Myrtle and say that. What happened with your mother?
mother? Still at home.
Why don't you want to go back to her?
She sent us here. She sent us with Granny.
No, of course I didn't know about this. But we won't let this happen again to anyone else. And I'll nod at Irina to take the kids.
She starts kind of scooping them up. Tassa, what are you doing? You start to see Irina and a bunch of children heading your way.
I look perplexed. Didn't expect to see that many children. If they're able to get past this cat without any issue, I'm gonna kind of slowly make my way to at least the doorway to see what else is going on.
Yeah, the cat again doesn't really move, but does kind of watch the kids and Irina go by and up the stairs. And then the cat turns its attention back to you, Tassa.
Okay. I'm gonna move at least into the doorway here, just kind of between worlds, I guess, to see what's going on.
Okay, and you see that there's been a bunch of cells that have been opened. Little like small cells. There's even like little toys within the cells. So you kind of put two and two together that the children were probably kept in them. And you see everyone else heading south.
When she's taking the kids, I'll look to you guys and say, parents, Freak and Prius and Myrtle's parents, they've fallen on some hard times. I didn't think they would do anything like this, but maybe they got something in return for the children. It's monstrous.
Who would
And
sell their own children?
It's sick.
I can't say that's what happened, but if it is, and that's how they got here, then
Do you know
there's a
anything
dark
about
cancer.
this?
Go ahead.
Sorry, do you know anything about this granny? She said Granny took her. Do you know about this granny? You said you're from Barovia.
Maybe she's talking to the hag who lives here.
Do these hags have any weakness that we can use against them?
I've never been foolish enough to try to fight one until today. I shrug.
We have to get these kids out of here.
Galen, what are you doing?
Galen's starting to smolder a little bit.
I can kind of feel that happening.
Yeah, and just what's been going on, and he's never been a fan of Granny and these pies, and just to hear that, he's going to charge at the door.
Okay.
Ulrich sees it and screams, "Galen, be careful!"
The door is actually unlocked. It leads into a very, very narrow hallway. With your broad dwarven shoulders, it actually scrapes against the stone walls.
I'll Victor will put his hand on your shoulder and say, "Let me go first.
Oh,
I can."
okay.
Is it dark?
It is dark. Yeah.
Let me-
Eventually, it will open up. You will see some torchlight kind of coming through when you open the door, but it's not directly in this hall.
And I don't know if he's gonna let me, but I'll ask. Let me go first. I can scout the way ahead.
Are you sure, laddie?
They won't hear me as well as they'll hear you, and I'll point to my my
Bootless
Fair.
feet.
bootless feet. And plus, you wouldn't want someone you don't trust behind you, would you? And I'll shrug. And I'll stoop down and I'll move up to this corner and kind of peek around
Okay.
sneakily as possible.
While he moves ahead, I still have detect magic up, so I'm trying to just keep it focused on the farthest edge of its range as we move forward.
Okay. Give me one moment. At this point, your detect magic isn't picking up anything.
Okay.
As you kind of come in here, though, Victor, into this room, you see that it's a rather large room, and it's flanked by two massive conveyor belts. It would you just kind of take a quick glance around, because why would you not? You would see that normally the conveyor belts would be moving, but there's a gear at the other end that's kind of a little bit separated. So it's not quite interlocking with the other gears, so the conveyor belts are not moving. There's two large bins on either side of these conveyor belts. They contain a lot of like dolls, some mechanical parts, various bits of clothing, bits of hair, and so that's all that you see right now.
Okay, do I see
Hold on,
any?
let me see where your token is. Where is it? What's your dark vision? We said 45, right?
Yeah, 45.
Okay, yeah, so that's all that you would kind of see with a little peek around.
Okay. Well, I'll continue, and then I'll move. It looks like there's a corner here, and I'll try to get a better view of the room.
Okay,
Kinda
and Galen, you would see him kind of moving further in, like kind of stopping a moment, taking stock, and then
If-
moving forward.
If I don't see anybody, I'll lean back and motion for them to come forward. Give them one of these.
Yeah, you don't see anyone. You see that there seems to be another kind of small room in this corner, or like just around the corner where you're at. You can just make out a door a little bit south to you. You see that there's, that's all that you see. The conveyor belt. You see a bunch of dolls and doll parts on the conveyor belt, right to the south of you.
Okay. Then I'll kind of venture everyone or motion everyone forward.
Okay.
And I'll kind of just continue on, trying to make as little noise as possible. Kind of stoop down and kind of hug this wall here, looking around.
And Galen, you're kind of seeing the same thing as well.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. If I don't see anybody, I'll kind of continue. I want to get a look at what these parts are in this bin.
As parts of it are obviously mechanical in nature. Again, there's some clothing, some hair. You can see a bit of bone, like small bones here and there, and also like some wooden doll parts.
Okay.
Weird.
So before you get too far, Victor, Galen, Evander, Ulrich, Tasso.
Mhm.
Start with Galen. What are you doing? How far are you going to go in here?
I'm going to be right on his heels.
Okay. Feel free to move your token. You also see, as you come in, another door to the north over here if you see me pinging it.
Yep.
Okay.
And Evander's going to be maybe 5 feet behind or so, but within spitting distance, so he can react if anything jumps out at them.
Okay.
Oric will be right behind Evander, but when I move my token, it just is pure black. Is there a light source in this
Yeah.
new room?
You gotta keep moving.
Oh. Um.
In that little hallway, it's dark.
Oh, I kind of see. Okay.
And
It's so dark.
And Tasso, you would notice the cat still
That
following.
fucking cat.
But Evander, you
just-
still have your
it's-
torch up, right?
It's keeping its
Sure,
distance.
Yeah. Yeah. As all things do before they pounce.
Is Tasso mentioning the cat or just kind of silently watching it?
No, I'm just kind of keeping an eye on both you, the team, and this cat.
Okay.
And
Go away, Mr. Bigglesworth.
if I ever get close enough to mention it, now that it's like followed us into this room, I would kind of mention like, dude, this fucking cat keeps following us.
What do you mean?
And Oric will look back.
Yeah, you could
And-
maybe just make it out behind Tasso.
Yeah, and with how small this hallway was compared to the dwarf, I'm assuming that this is a pretty rough fit for me.
And it would be very, yeah. I mean, you could just maybe squeeze through, but it'd be very, very hard.
Like difficult terrain.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Why is that cat following us? I knew we should have put it in a cage.
Well, now we know.
Should we
All
kill
right.
it?
Victor and Galen.
I think I'll turn to Galen and I'll kind of point toward the door behind him on to the north, and then I'll kind of aim my bow at it and kind of nod if he wants to check it out and kind of move this way so I can get a look into it.
All right.
Is it? I mean, the door's closed, right?
Yeah, all the doors are closed here. As you're kind of shuffling around, you're pointing that at towards Galen. Your gaze is kind of away.
Yeah.
You each hear this slight humming at first, and then eventually it turns into like a little giggle, and it gets louder and louder, and you hear this cackling. I'd like each of you to make a wisdom saving throw. Galen, you would have advantage.
Do we all still have advantage because of Hunter's Feast?
Yes, Galen would. Victor would
Oh.
not.
Okay.
Just the people in the room or everybody?
During Galen for right now.
Gotcha.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
okay.
Then ignore mine.
15, 20. No, actually, Evander, because you kind of already kind of peeked in there. You're just within range, so Evander as well.
Oh, great.
Let's see how you do.
Advantage means nothing for Evander.
You always roll the same anyway.
I do.
Let's see.
I think Ryan, your rolls are always consistently bad.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand. Galen, hold on. Okay, Galen is fine. However,
Yay.
Victor and Evander, as you guys are hearing this giggle and this cackle, like kind of echo throughout this room.
Mm-hmm.
Firstly, if you failed, I will actually roll it. I normally don't do it, but I will.
Big money.
It's the average amount. So you'll take 5 psychic damage outright.
Okay.
And you, upon hearing this kind of otherworldly, echoey cackle, are now incapacitated for 1 minute.
Incapacitated.
Dude, they
You kind
just-
of, you each fall over in like this fit of laughter, trying to echo this cackle that you're hearing.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Now, everyone roll initiative.
I try to catch Evander. Oh, do I recognize the effects of this spell? No.
Roll initiative.
Okay.
Okay. I put a
Um,
little laughing symbol on me to show that I am not
It-
feeling so
yeah.
hot.
Does now that I'm in the room, is detect magic picking up anything? Not that it matters,
Nope.
probably now. Okay.
Don't forget to click on your character before you roll initiative.
Oh,
if you're click on the character. If you forgot to do it, no problem. I can go in and fix it.
Did I
But
do?
it-
Oh crap! I didn't. I didn't. So mine was
That's fine.
19.
Oh, nice. That's good for
Um,
lying on the floor.
Yeah, I'll be the first one to lay there.
Laugh.
Well, okay? I didn't get to finish.
Oh, sorry.
So you're overcome with a fit of laughter. At the end of your next turn, you can repeat the saving throw,
Okay.
which will end the effect on you.
Okay.
And then anyone who has succeeded, at this point, it would be Galen. You are now immune to this cackling effect for the next 24 hours. So, and as Galen, you would probably see this. Victor and Evander are obviously incapacitated. You see this. You see in the little bin at the end of the conveyor belt, things are kind of moving and shifting and bumping. And out of it, you see this doll. First, you see the little doll head, and she's laughing in unison with Evander and Victor, and she's looking right at you, Galen, with this doll dead face. But let's go ahead and fix Evander's token here. Get him added to the turn. Was there anyone else that wasn't added?
I think everything else looks good.
That's it.
And Evander, what did you roll again? 19?
19, yeah.
I did already roll for this creature. So I'll add turn for her.
Oh wow, you got a good modifier for initiative, Evander.
Yeah, I'm fast and dexterous. I just fail at most everything
Not
else,
all that
it
wise.
seems.
Okay.
I don't know what to do with all that dexterity.
I think the only reason I didn't fall asleep earlier with you is because I'm elf, and I think that makes me immune to magical sleep.
Yeah. And Oric will have to remember to ask Evander for the lockpick back at some point. But now is not the time.
Yeah.
Well, he's not doing anything with it. You can go pick it up.
All right. So everyone is on, you see your turn order here on the initiative order?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I may have gotten rid of that API script, so never mind. I was trying to get one where you guys could end your turn and then we'll move on to the next without me having to do it because I have enough to deal with. But there was something wrong with it. So we will go in, just announce when you're done, okay?
Okay.
So Evander, you feel this compulsion. It's sickly familiar. Very, like you feel a lot of, for some reason, it's reminding you of the pies. There's some type of compulsion within this magic, and then whatever's within the pies that are kind of marrying up, and it seems very familiar.
Okay.
It is now your turn, so you can make another wisdom saving throw with advantage to see if you can stop laughing.
Gotta stop. Stop.
Is that a save at the end of your turn or at the beginning?
End of your turn. So once you do it, that's pretty much it. But then you're at least done.
Yeah.
So
Well,
next round.
since I'm incapacitated, there's nothing else I could do anyway. Correct.
Okay. Right. Especially since this is at the end. If this was like per se at the start of your turn, you can do this saving throw. Then you would still have like all your actions and shit.
Right.
But it's not. So this is all you can do for your turn.
All right. Well, here we go. I'm gonna see if I can stop laughing. Please. Please.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So Ulrich, you just see Evander on the ground at this point, rolling with laughter.
Oh.
But my eyes are not happy eyes. They're like scared, laughing eyes.
That's really disturbing.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I know I shouldn't be laughing right now.
Ooh.
His
Creepy,
consciousness is very much aware that this is not right. I don't want to do this. I can't control it. Please
Yeah.
help me.
Yes.
Okay.
Galen, you see this doll that's kind of locked eyes
Yeah.
with you, moving towards you with its little hands.
How big is the doll?
I'm going to say about 3 feet.
Ew. Big doll.
Jeez.
Yeah. I actually had a very large Raggedy Ann doll as a child that would sit in a rocking chair.
Oh no.
No.
That explains a lot of my issues.
Why you like Halloween so much, you know?
I actually wore her outfit as a Halloween costume one time in school.
It fit?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyways, little fact about me.
You're
all
really
makes sense.
creepy. We know now. Thank you.
Okay, so this doll kind of reaches out for you, Galen.
Yeah.
Um,
We're practically the same size.
I have to make an attack roll.
Okay.
If it does succeed, then you will be grappled.
Okay.
Now, on your next turn, you can try to get ungrappled. It'll be very easy for you. 12 is it?
somersault to be able to do it.
A 12 definitely will not hit you. So you kind of bat it away a little bit.
Batter away. Okay.
Yeah. Tasso, what would you like to do?
Ooh. Given the size of this hallway, is it even possible for me to move through?
Because it does say you can always move through allies. It will still be difficult terrain until you pass Ulrich.
Sure. Yeah, so I will make my way. I assume I'm hearing all the craziness that's going on. So it'd be 10, 20, 25 to there.
Just step over the rolling Evander on the ground.
Yeah, and you said that the tracks here are not moving, correct?
Correct. The conveyor belts are not moving.
Okay, so I could get up. I could get to here if need be. Actually, wait, so yeah, I could get up to there. I would like to Thorn Whip the living doll.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that will
Nice.
definitely hit.
Nice.
And then do I click it again for damage? I don't remember.
Click, if you mouse over the word Thorn Whip.
There it is. Okay. All right, and I would like to use the I'd like to use the ability to pull it toward me. I want to get it away from everybody. So would it be possible to maybe pull it up onto the conveyor belt, like right here with me? It's gonna growl in its face, like take me.
Okay, and as you do that, Victor wouldn't notice. Galen, you could just make out some more weird movement.
From the toy box? I'm sorry.
Not from the toy bin,
Okay.
from the conveyor belt at the other end of the wall where Tasso is not standing.
Oh.
Oh.
And you see these are much smaller creatures, like little, but again, little doll creatures.
Gotcha.
In fact, I can show you what they look like. Maybe if I can find it real quick. And I can't, so never mind. So it's basically a wooden doll in this kind of purple dress, dark hair, holding this large silver needle.
Needle?
Oh.
Cool.
So let me go in.
Do I have a question?
Mhm.
Do I need to make a save since I haven't heard the laughter yet?
Because she's no longer
Okay,
laughing.
okay. I just want to make sure.
Oh, good. It's good for me too.
So they're just there. They're visible. They're not acting yet, just to be
Okay.
clear. But that brings us. Roll 20 doing. Okay. Tasso, was there anything else you wanted to do?
I just want to remind you that I did try to pull the dowel up to the conveyor belt with me.
Okay.
And that is the end of my turn.
Okay. Then, Galen, you're up.
Okay. Are these other dolls that are with the silver needles, are they about the same size?
They're a little bit smaller,
They are?
so maybe about 2 feet.
Okay. But they're not at this moment doing anything. Are they
No,
just
you
sitting
just
there?
kind of see them like shuffling out and kind of animating themselves and starting to look around the room.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought they were just sitting there and I saw them. Oh,
They
then I'm
are,
just
yeah, they are sitting there, meaning like they're not moving, they're not taking any actions at this point, but they like moving towards you, but they are obviously
I was just
alive.
merely I thought they were just sitting there inanimate, but you're saying they
No,
are trying to animate themselves.
yeah, they are moving.
Okay, then I'm just gonna get right into one of them, and I'm gonna Hulk smash.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay.
I'm only gonna do it one-handed because I don't like dolls, and I want to use my shield to keep them away from me. So,
Oh, make note, Galen does not like dolls.
no, yeah, Scott doesn't like dolls either. Um,
You would hate it living in my house. My mom had a collection of porcelain dolls.
that's that would be a hard pass.
She bought one that specifically looked like me.
Oh.
So again, explains a little something. Let's see. Yeah, that will
Yeah.
definitely hit.
Nice, nice.
You can roll your damage. Okay. You kind of slice at it. It moves just a little bit, and you can see it like cock its head up real quick to look at you, and it says, "That was not nice."
And I just go,
Ooh, it's
"Oh,
talking.
they talk, laddies.
Uh-huh.
They talk."
Ew.
Anything else from Galen?
No, I don't think I can do anything else.
Victor.
Okay. Trying to recover from whatever the heck is so funny. Let me see how I do.
Mm.
Not enough.
You hate to see it. Okay, I
So
continue
just so
laughing.
you guys know, the DC on that is 11.
Okay.
You hit that,
Close.
you're good.
Close.
Yeah, you're
I roll back and forth laughing, trying to get it, but not quite waking
all
up.
right.
That's all.
Ulrich.
Looking down at Evander and then noticing Victor, and you said there's nothing that Ulrich remembers from his spellbook studies that what this is. Okay, then realizing that he's the last person in the room, I think, right? Because
Yeah, and you take a quick glance and you're looking around and you can see that cat behind you.
that's what I was gonna ask. What is it doing?
It's just watching.
Just watching. And then how many of the little dolls are moving forward?
So far, none of them are moving forward.
Sorry, well, how many?
None.
None. Oh, I thought they were kind of coming and then Galen smashed one.
They're animating, but they're not moving.
Okay, how many of those are there?
You can see that where you're at anyway. You could just make out this doll next to Tasso.
Speaking of that, the light, what is it, dim light in this room? Or what's the lighting
Yeah.
situation?
It's pretty much dim light.
Because Ulrich, with his human eyes, is having trouble. He's gonna avoid.
It's more like a line of sight thing.
Okay, he's stepping in. Oh, okay, just leaving Evander. He's really disturbed by this. Oh, now I see. Okay. The first thing he's gonna do then is cast mirror image, but he's going to tap into his magic to extend the duration of it. So it will be 2 minutes instead of 1, and I will click that into the chat. And where is it? So much text, but yeah, this lasts for 2 minutes. But that is it. That is his action, and he's just going to stay where he is, I guess. Is he adjacent to the doll on the conveyor belt, I guess?
Before we do that,
Yes.
we'll resolve that after this, and then we will have to end our session, unfortunately. However, so as you kind of cast this mirror image, first of all, describe to us what it looks like when he does it.
Yes. So, especially, I guess, I don't know if Victor is noticing, but this typical Barovian man who is, like about 30, brown hair, brown eyes, Barovian garb, his eyes roll in the back of his head, and he speaks in a very deep, strange, otherworldly voice. And he says, Zilmashai. And then 3 other images of this Barovian man appear, and they're all moving constantly in the space, so it's unclear like which is the real original person. And sorry, DM, what were you
So as
asking for?
you are saying these words, just as it finishes, you hear this high-pitched kind of growl coming from around the corner. Evander, you would hear this as well.
The cat.
And you hear this kind of wet squelching sound and the sound of something splatting against the walls.
Hmm.
And that's where we'll leave it.
Oh.
So we will start at the top of the round, which will be Evander next time. So yeah.
We just heard a horrible squelching sound and cannot stop laughing about it. So. All right. Well, thank you again to everyone who hung out with us in chat. We had some people enjoying this really creepy session of underground dolls and weird cat creatures following us around. And thank you to Chris for joining us. We hopefully have one more talented, hopefully fighter in the group with you joining us.
Well, if he ever stops laughing, you might be able to see what he can do.
Right.
I had a great time. Thanks for inviting me, guys. Appreciate
Happy
it.
to have you.
Yeah, it's great.
You can just see your cat, Chris.
Yeah, I see your cat looking right at the camera. Speaking of creepy cats, not as creepy that one. But
yeah,
again,
mine has fur, so.
Yeah. But I do want to say thank you to Archon, Doreen, Jeremiah, Shogi, my friend Scott, and Chris for being a part of this. We will be back in 2 weeks from today, I believe. Same bat time, same cat channel. And until next time, you all enjoy this creepy month. We'll be getting close to Halloween when we meet next time. So
already in spooky season. So
there we go.
Yeah.
So Barovia and Crazy Strahd is perfect for this. So until next time, my friends, hope you all have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you tomorrow on the stream on Monday. So peace out, happy gaming. Y'all have a great night. See you next time.
okay.